Well, howdy doody, Pandora. I see a curious tiger making her way out into her free-roaming habitat. I have Pandora joining me. Surely I will have some of our amazing, our wonderful followers and supporters joining me on today's live post. But nonetheless, hello, come one, come all. So happy to be live today at the Wildcat Sanctuary, visiting with one of our rescued residents, Tigress Pandora, our oldest rescued tiger here at Sanctuary. And certainly Miss Pandora living life comfortably and aging gracefully here. And of course, courtesy of your support, a cat like Pandora, well, she lives life according to what she wants and according to how her body ages. And we're going to do things to help Pandora, make her comfortable in her golden years, if you will. And nonetheless, let's get to saying hi to the folks. I'm going to zoom in on Pandora here as well. She's way up on her platform. She had some kind of Zupreme and tuna placed for her around her habitat. She was fed her entire meal, so now she just has a little fun little foraging enrichment to enjoy here, and certainly some tiger exercise. That's one of the great things about the enrichment and the foraging enrichment in particular. Not only is it going to keep them mentally stimulated, but a cat like Pandora, I even think Katrina, her caretaker, put some food up on top of those poles you see on her platform. So we might even see her showing off just how limber Pandora is, even as one of our oldest rescued tigers. Hello, Kathy Barton. Missed a couple of lives, and you feel the loss, but you are here, and you're now feeling better with TWS and the kitties. Well, Kathy, as always, you know right where to find us. You can go back and watch those lives. Still, maybe not as fun in real time, but I'm always so appreciative of those who go back and watch the lives if they've missed it. But nonetheless, let's take a win when we can take it, and we are happy to have you on today's live. Are you knocking over your log up there, Pandora? Let's see who else is here. Marcy Sanborn saying, wow, I thought of you, and here you are. Look at that. I'm just appearing like a genie. Now who to think of and see if they appear? That's a good question, Marcy. Morning, Jeremy. Saying hi to myself and Pandora and all the Wildcat Sanctuary family. A little bit breezier of a day, a little bit cooler of a day. You can see those big moody clouds in the background too, as Pandora kind of works on some of the, I think it was just very simply the Zupreme that was kind of scattered and spread around her habitat. So that's what she's lapping up from her platform there. It looks like she's in the position of maybe realizing that some of that Zupreme is on top of some of those poles. Faith Warner checking in from Wellington, Florida. Hey, Faith. Hope all is well. Maria Vaughn's here saying hi to myself. Hey, Maria. It is really a beautiful day. Just check out kind of me zooming out on Pandora's habitat. A wonderful breeze. Finally, it's really been hot. I can't localize that to Minnesota. Really, across the United States, it has been hot as heck. So it's certainly good to have a reprieve from that, and that cool breeze is refreshing as can be. Allison Kesey saying, thanks for sharing these wonderful creatures. Well, thanks for joining in, Allison. And we love when people get to tune in and maybe learn more about the Wildcat Sanctuary, learn about the Wildcat Sanctuary for the first time, maybe learn a new detail about a rescue they love so much, or just come together and feel one as a community here. So glad to have you with us. Faith, making sure that I had a wonderful and blessed birthday. I certainly did, Faith. It was a great, I kind of liked having it on a Monday, honestly. There's not a whole lot of obligation to go do anything over the top, Pandora, and I think I'm going to have a fun weekend with friends. So I kind of have, to myself, kind of labeled it my entire birthday week, selfishly. But thanks again. Wendy Franks, well, that's quite a compliment here, and I like the alliteration too. Hey, pretty lady, to Pandora, and a joyful Judson. Well, I wouldn't have it any other way, Wendy. Thank you for pointing that out. I take that as quite the compliment. Jeremy saying you can call me Germ, Judson. I'm always going and just I'm like Ron Burgundy, just reading the teleprompter. I read the name and it comes out as that. But Jeremy, I apologize. Just scrolling through a few more comments here. Certainly have a couple of things to talk about. At least one of them being that today is Prime Day, or one of 2 days of Prime Day, the last day of Prime Day. I guess that would be the most important way of phrasing it. The last day of Prime Day. Anybody doing a little Prime Day shopping out there? I did a little perusing last night, Pandora. I certainly tried not to go overboard, but I added a couple things into my cart to see if I feel the same about it as I did last night, as I did this morning. But is anybody purchasing anything off Prime Day? And certainly so, keeping an eye on the TWS Amazon wish list to see if maybe any of those items are included on Prime Day. Out of the many ways you guys support the cats here, you're always shopping our wish list. We have a Chewy wish list and an Amazon wish list. And you guys are always generous in helping purchase items off those wish lists, but certainly wanting to maybe keep an eye if maybe those items are at discount. That's awesome to take advantage and save a little money for yourself while you're also helping the cats here. And Pandora, just working away. I'm going to interject on myself too and just mention that, and welcome everyone, I should say, to a live post here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Rescue Tigress Pandora, I can zoom out a little bit, is really kind of taking her time and doing some treat foraging. She had some wet food placed around her yard here up on her platform on some of these balls down here. She had her full meal earlier, and so now Pandora is getting a little extra exercise and a little treat time, and we're hanging out with the folks. And where was I? I was talking a little bit of Prime Day. Let me see if anybody shopping Prime Day here. Tanya Toner's here. Hey, Tanya, our neighbor in Wisconsin. Adrian replying to Nancy. Nancy was curious, where are you located? Adrian answering wonderfully, saying TWS is in Sandstone, Minnesota. We are in Sandstone, Minnesota. Almost northern Minnesota, just about the halfway point or just above here. We're about an hour or so from Minneapolis, the Twin Cities. The Wildcat Sanctuary is closed to the public, as we are a forever home and a last chance rescue for wildcats in need. The tiger that we're hanging out today was rescued from a tiger breeding mill. Certainly, maybe many of you have heard of kitten mills, puppy mills. These spaces where these animals are being bred on an industrial scale for mass profit. Well, if you can imagine, that was happening with a tiger, a wild animal like a tiger. And Pandora rescued from this tiger breeding facility along with, that was actually a wonderful rescue at what was at the time the largest big cat rescue. A handful of accredited sanctuaries came together to make sure that all of these tigers got to compassionate and responsible and accredited homes. And that's just a great little kind of slice of, or maybe just a view into what's happening here at the Wildcat Sanctuary and why we operate the way we do. A cat like Pandora came from a pretty traumatic past, and if we were to have our doors open to the public, hey, maybe it might raise the awareness towards what we're doing out here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, but ultimately it's not going to benefit cats like Pandora. And so we appreciate our supporters for knowing what's best for our rescues, and knowing that as a part of our mission and vision for our rescues, that being open to the public is not part of it. Well, Pandora, I can't see you. You're just at the perfect angle where you're licking up some of your tiger treats, but I can't see you. Ooh, Georgina asking, do you take stars? No more donations, right? Well, certainly we are always open for donations. Sometimes Facebook can be a little funky and the donate button is applied, but always, always, always we are open for those who want to support us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Localized here on Facebook, certainly we'd love for you to send stars. And if it is operational, there is a donate button where you could also give directly. There's Georgina saying, I see. Awesome, Georgina. And thank you for considering a gift to the cats. That's certainly awesome of you. Might be able to see Pandora's, I'm not zoomed out all the way here. Pandora has plenty of walking paths, but certainly has quite the foliage in her habitat here. And I'm wondering, it looks like I saw her kind of walk over into this area, but maybe she went all the way over to her edge here. I'm going to kind of check out this alleyway. Sarah Bloomberg also pointing out that you can call and give a gift over the phone. That's just one of the wonderful things about living in this day and age that we're in, is that there are just so many different ways to act right now and make a difference for the cat. Certainly calling. We're right here on this Facebook. Hey, Miss Pandora. Yeah, you're looking for treats. She says, what do you expect? You give me stuff to forage. I got to go searching. Certainly, you can always mail in a gift. And then, hey, if you're maybe a child of the 21st century, if you're on Venmo, always Venmoing your friends, the Wildcat Sanctuary is on Venmo. It's just at Wildcat Sanctuary. Let's see here. Henyatta tuning in, saying, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, Henyatta. We are kind of an homage to Jaws here, I feel like, seeing nothing but Pandora's ears kind of surface up in the tall grass there for a moment. Kelly Howes is here saying, hi, good morning to myself and Miss Pandora. Good morning, Kelly. Glad to have you with us. Really cool to see as well. I think at face value, I think it's understandable how someone would look at a tiger and think, orange, is that really going to be able to camouflage itself in a jungle environment? And I think this is a really kind of a cool testament as to how those stripes break up that orange, and how very much so that orange coat can very much be obscured, and how efficient of a predator like a tiger can be in the wild. That's camouflage, if I may say so myself, pretty girl. Martha Frost saying, love to see the cats amble through their tall grasses. I like that comment. That's one of the wonderful things that your support allows our rescues, is the type of space that for many of them they never had before. And especially we're right here on Pandora. Many of the spaces that these cats were living in at this Colorado breeding facility, they were about as big as about 2 parking spots put together. Very, very small, barren, nothing but mud and wood chips, no enrichment, nothing like pools and a variety of toys like you're going to find here. And of course, the lovely grass like we were just talking about. Chizzy saying, TWS live strolls make my day. Well, Chizzy, that makes my day. I'm just so happy that you get to benefit from tuning into the cats like this and checking in to see where your support is going and how effective it is for our rescues. Kind of walking over along the shared wall because I see the tiger boys cruising, but I don't see their tiger girl. That's Jeremy walking along below us here. Well, of course, because she's way back on her platform. I want to check in with Pandora one more time. You can see the Lion sisters across the way too. And then, if they'll let me, I kind of wanted to go and hang out with Gino and Sofi for a little bit. They're getting in some vitamin D. Just see kind of an anteater tongue, but it's a tiger. It's Pandora kind of prodding and poking at some of her her foraging enrichment there. And I mean, even for the duration of this live post, we're gonna I've been hanging out with Pandora here, and she's been active. She has been walking around and kind of really just showing why we do things like this, just kind of treat foraging, where she had her meal. We'll certainly do this with her full meal as well, as you've seen. But we're going to conclude this live post, and I can guarantee you Miss Pandora is still going to have her paws full, searching around her habitat and keeping busy, and we love seeing that. I'm going to try to catch up on some comments. I've kind of been cruising. Chizzy asking if Dash has his own Venmo account. Now that would be something else. Oh, Pandora. And that's right, someone asking Pandora's age, and Miss Pandora is 19 years, and I like how one of the interns phrased it, 19 years young. Hear, hear, Miss Pandora. That's right, Kelly Howe's thinking of Miss Indy in the grass. I mean, how can we not think about Indy in grass? And I mean, that's, many of the cats, I think, when they come to the sanctuary, there's just those moments that really ingrain themselves in our head. And, kind of similar to Indian grass, maybe some of you remember the rescue of Wally and Marlene. Wally and Marlene were a part of it would have been Marcus, Winona, and Dash, the Indiana breeding facility that we were able to rescue them from. And when Wally... And surely you've perhaps seen their rescue video as well, where you can see the type of space they're living in, also kind of devoid of enrichment. Look at Sofi. Devoid of enrichment. Essentially was just concrete and mud. And when Wally got released into his free-roaming habitat here at the Wildcat Sanctuary after his rescue, what was the thing that he loved the most? Pine trees. I remember taking photos of Wally. Yep, I'm right here, Miss Sofi. I wanted to go nice and slow for a pretty girl. Of Wally and his pine trees. That's, again, just one of those moments where our cats finally are granted the freedom and compassion they've always deserved their whole life, but they're finally getting it after coming to the Wildcat Sanctuary. And whether it's Indy with the grass, I always think of Wally with his tree. I know a big one for a lot of folks is Lion Leo, rearranging some of the furniture in his indoor bedroom, pretty much wearing his giant lion hammock as a hat. What do you think, Mr. G? I just love those moments, and they're always so unique. And I think during those kind of the Memorial Days where we honor our late residents, those are the types of moments that I always will hold on to, and that we talk about on those days, about how we're going to honor and how we're going to hold these cats in our memory. And I think that's just kind of the act of doing it, and how I relish that type of stuff. And I sure hope you all do the same. I'm seeing that Gino's tree is getting some watering here. And Sophie's settling down on this side, but I think I'm going to go walk over and see Mr. Gino. And I'll be able to see the Ukraine Pride briefly as well. But, it's really been a lovely live post, everyone. I hope you all have been enjoying yourself and spending time with Miss Pandora. It is Wednesday. I talked a little bit about Prime Day and our wish list. I was hoping to talk a little bit more about it, so maybe we'll be able to wrap up with that, lions. Lion. Who wants to be the star? Mr. Taras? Stefania? Or how about Miss Prada back on her cave with the tongue hanging out here? Oh, brother. Nonetheless, today being Wishlist Wednesday, as well as Prime Day being active in our wish list, in particular being an Amazon wish list, I did a little glance, and I think I noticed that some of those items were discounted during Prime Day, so thank you, as always, for those who go and help out with that wish list on a weekly basis. But I guess maybe a final little nudge of maybe wanting to save some money for yourself while you're helping the cats. It's always appreciated. And if I'm, and shame on me too for not mentioning that we have two different Amazon wish lists, that is, one for Catio Town and one is just our regular wish list. So thank you guys for considering that, and especially when, like I said, you can save a little money for yourself while helping out the cats too. Ooh, big breeze, Miss Stephanie, huh? Rayanne pointing out that Chipino loved the pine trees too. That's right, Rayanne. Some good moments of, well, and maybe it's also perhaps just a lion thing, and we know cats like scents, but you can kind of look and see that many of the pine trees and the lion yards have, well, they've certainly been used as not only a scratching post, but also a grooming post. Well, cool. I think as the lions are kind of settling down here, Gino's hanging out in his cave. As you can see, he's become a little more accepting of the sprinkler helping water that tree that we just planted in his habitat. I sure hope everyone by now has seen that clip of Gino looking like a golden retriever, kind of gnawing at the water as it sprays through the air into his habitat there. But, oh, brother. Well, cool. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday today. It's hump day. We're halfway through the week. Cool to think that on Friday, I'm cutting out a little early because from 5 to 7 in Pine City, we are having a Wildcat Sanctuary intern and staff reunion. Our second ever one. We had a blast last year. Looking forward to it again this year. Maybe some former staff members and interns are watching and are their excitement's boiling up inside of them like it is me. But nonetheless, halfway through the week, everyone, looking forward to having you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow. It's Thursday for Tammy's Wildcat Wrap-Up. So everyone, from a Prada as she kind of dozes off with her tongue out there, to a busy Pandora way across the way, still foraging for her enrichments. Thank you all for tuning in to today's live post, and we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary soon.